the guy's come running up, and then like we've gone to pick him up. He was like cold. Did you see Will Grashoff clipped one of our clips and put it on a post? Haven't I told you about this?
No.
I think it was I was at the airport boarding the plane when he tagged me in it. I forgot to message you about it.
He hasn't tagged me, the bastard, has he?
I think it's me talking about that story of when the fraud is happening, the scams happening.
Yeah.
And they because they do that weekly what happened on LinkedIn. And anyway, he's clipped it and he's gone, I've made the cut. There's 3 things on LinkedIn, and he's like Sai in a beautiful QPR shirt talking about the maddest scam ever, and he tagged me in it.
Oh, cool.
And
so we made it onto the pod, did we?
We made it onto his pod, yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then I've got one from him, which is a screenshot of a chat with him and someone.
Be good, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's him messaging someone going, "Hi, X. I've just tried calling a couple of times for our 3:15 p.m. call. Let me know a better time to call back. Thank you." Standard. Someone hasn't turned up to a meeting. You send them a message.
Yeah.
Reply. That was at 3:18. 3:19. There's a reply. "Sorry, Will. Just finishing a poo. Then we'll call you right back. Lol."
Lol. It's the lol that gets me. Lol.
Do you know how they've spelt right? For those who are watching, you'll see it on the screen. But for those listening, they've spelt right RITE. So like this is like it's curtains for this candidate already. I think.
I'm just going for a poo.
Just finishing a poo.
So he's actually mid poo writing that message.
Yeah, writing it back.
I don't know. I don't know whether to be like really proud of like him just being his true, authentic, honest self, or whether to be like, "What are you doing, mate?"
I know.
Do you think sometimes they forget that like we are going to be representing them, and if they've got to present a certain standards to us to be able? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
and also he's a rec to rec, so we're talking
recruiters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fine line, isn't it? Because we want our candidates to be super like chill, transparent, so we know what they're thinking, so we can work out if we're going to get them placed and navigate the process. But at the same time, you also want them to be professional.
We don't want to know like their toilet habits.
Mate, the grammar in this. The grammar is a nightmare.
I've got to a point with candidates, and I even get like it with people I work with now, where we've worked together for a period of time and we'll talk about anything and everything.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's certain things you think, I'll just keep that to myself. Yeah. But we might talk about like, whatever, especially women. Like if I'm with a group of women, you end up talking about like toilet habits and all that stuff. But not then.
That's
not
ridiculous.
when I don't know someone. Can you imagine like we're late for a meeting? I won't be long, just having a shit.
Just finishing my poo.
Yeah, lol.
The LOL at the end is so good. Yeah.
I would have loved it if you put a ruffle on the end. Do you remember ruffle? Roll on the floor laughing.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in so long.
I know.
I'm going to try and bring that back.
Yeah.
Anyway, great. This isn't me flirting with Will over the pod, by the way. This is just like, he's mentioned us, now I'm going to mention him.
I didn't even know.
This is just, I just saw that and it made me laugh. I just love DM posts.
Oh yeah, you bring the DM ones, they're really funny.
Yeah, I just love it. Big shout out to our sponsors, SHAZAMME. You might know them for being the folks that provide awesome websites for recruitment agencies that you can administer yourself, but they have a new product called ShoutLab, which can replace your CRM, some CRM tools, email marketing platforms, automation tools, social schedulers, and finally lead tracking systems. If you haven't seen ShoutLab yet, you might be missing out. So head over to the links in the description to book your demo.
All on stories.
Let's rock and roll.
Okay.
We got a mix, didn't we? Sad and
funny. We have got a mix. So, actually, do you want to start with your sad so then I can lift the mood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So this happened to me a few years ago.
To you?
Yeah.
A few years ago?
A few years ago.
So when you were, hold on.
I was somewhere.
Okay.
I'd worked at Boss for 3 years as like divisional manager. I became like the manager, loved it. These are like people that I grew up in recruitment with. It's where most of my funny stories come from. I loved it there. Got to a point where I was like, I needed to move, grow, do more. Applied for a role which was like / and I applied, had a conversation. It was these two XS3 recruiters, co-founders.
Everyone's XS3, I feel like.
Yeah, and they were like proper believe the hype and all that stuff. Anyway, so they ran like a 4-person recruitment agency, 2 founders, 2 recruiters, and they were like, "Oh, we're looking for a." I was like, "Oh, that's really forward thinking." They worked in a market where the fees were giant, and the market was going crazy. Yeah, like it was a post-COVID boom time.
Yeah.
Right? So they're just chucking in 6-figure deals left, right, and centre. Don't know what to do with themselves. They're based in some shitty office in North London somewhere, but they're like part and parcel of making this hire was they're going to move to London. They want to hire rookies. They need a CRM. They need it was greenfield ops.
They should move to Australia and tap water and
hang out with HJ.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I joined there in the end, got the job, nice bunch. And then we had an incentive target in place to go to America, because they did a lot of business in New York and Chicago. So we've flown the plan was Chicago first, then New York. I organised the trip. You
organised a trip?
Organised
without Cheryl's help?
I was the ops, yeah. I was the ops person, right? So I just organised it. And then, so we flew into Chicago to meet of the 2 co-founders, one of them couldn't come, personal shit at home. So it was me, one of the co-founders, the 2 recruiters that originally started, and one of the rookies made it on. Like one of the new rookies that we'd hired on board made it on. So there's 5 of us there. We're in this hotel. One of the guys that had been working there, one of the recruiters, he likes to party, right? Like, I don't think that was like unknown to people, but he likes to party. And we've gone to Chicago. We're in the hotel. Time difference is like the jet lag is ridiculous. My kids were young at the time as well, like really young. So I hadn't been sleeping much. We all went out for this amazing meal somewhere posh in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then I just couldn't stay out. I was like, listen, there's a double bed
with
in the
no
hotel,
babies,
no kids, no nothing. So I left and went back home, got a cab back, went to sleep. Next morning, I wake up at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. or something stupid like that. So I'm potting around. I've gone out, gone for a fag, gone for a coffee. I come back to my room. I'm sat down watching telly. And then all of a sudden, bang, 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 bang on my door. And the next room next to me were the 2 recruiters that had been working, the senior recruiters were in the room next to me. And it was one of them was saying, "Come in, help, help, help."
Oh my God, it's making my heart go.
I've gone in there, and the other recruiter was like just naked on the bed, sprawled over.
Bloke?
Yeah. And I was like, everyone's just like the founders now come out, co-founders now come out, everyone's screaming, everyone's like, I'm good in the crisis, right? So I was like, call security, call the reception.
Was he unconscious?
Yeah. Thought he was unconscious. So call security and stuff. And then the guys come running up, and then we've gone to pick him up. He was dead. He was like cold.
Whoa. I was not expecting.
His body was like rigor mortis, I think it's called, when your body goes hard like that.
How long has he been dead for?
Happened overnight. Happened maybe in the middle of the night. Who knows?
Oh my God, that is awful.
And, so me and the hotel guy, I've got to pick him up, and then pulled him down and stuff like that. And then the paramedics all turn up and stuff like that. And then they're like, it was fentanyl. So
fuck.
People mix.
His prescription.
People mixed. No, I think he might have thought he was doing something else, and then
it's basically heroin, fentanyl.
Yeah.
Isn't it stronger than isn't it proven to be proven to be stronger than heroin?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
But they literally turn up, they pronounced him dead and that, and then we had to wait for the police and all that sort of stuff, and then flew. I rang Cheryl. I was like, Cheryl, fucking hell, he's just died. She was like, get home now. So we changed all the flights and stuff and came home. And
fuck, you've never told me that before.
I've never talked about it before, and I was just like, it's a mad old story.
Do you think you've got is that? I can imagine something like that would never leave. That is traumatic,
mate. I still remember. Do you know what his leg felt like? Because I grabbed his leg end, and then the guy went on the other end. Have you ever picked up oranges or satsumas in the netting? They're in the netting.
Yeah.
So that's what it felt like picking up his legs, because his skin was cold to touch, but obviously he's got hair on his legs.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like. I always remember that feeling. It was a mad old one.
So had they had a bit of a party?
They'd obviously carried on going out. I'm assuming.
But whatever they thought was.
And then it wasn't. And then
fuck, that is awful.
Yeah, it's terrible, mate.
Stories like that, I think it makes me think you never know what you're doing.
No.
And you're in a foreign country. They hear a British accent. You're vulnerable.
Yeah, mate. It was ridiculous.
Horrific.
Yeah, I think he's 25.
Oh,
Kid's 25.
And then to be abroad, away from his it's not even like his family can come quick.
Mate, we had to call his
God.
mum and dad. I'll never forget the noises mum made on that phone call. Like, it was ridiculous. Because I had everyone's personal contact details or whatever. You know,
next of kin.
Yeah, next of kin, yeah. It was mad.
Oh my God, I honestly, that would have been horrific.
And then we came back.
So somebody woke up and found him dead, did they?
Because they were in a room together, because they work together. They see recruiters, they're in a room together. He found him. He's then come out, banged on everyone's door to come out. We've all come out.
That poor, I bet he's fucking traumatised from that as well. Can you imagine waking up and your mates, you think they're sleeping or something, and they're fucking dead?
Yeah.
Fentanyl, there's a lot about it. I mean, loads of people have got terrible addictions to it in America because of all the opioid crisis. Yeah. But it is, it's stronger than heroin.
On that main strip we were in, there were signs saying, don't buy street things because there's a problem with that. Mate, apparently there's like hundreds of those a night now because people think that they're doing well. Anyway, we got back, and he was quite a big biller.
Oh, I love him.
And they made me redundant.
What?
We got back from that, and then basically within months they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna have to let you go. We've lost our big biller, all this sort of stuff." And I got the twins at home. Literally, they were quite young. Left a job that I'd been in 3 years, and then
is this how Embedded Ops was born?
Partially, yeah. And then I was like, "Yeah, no problem. Amicable. See you later. Good luck with everything. See you later." And then I called up a rec director I know and said, "Well, I want to stay in that market. I've just been made redundant. Here's a list of the shops I would like to get interviews for." They booked me an interview. I got the job. Announced on LinkedIn that I got my job, and I got a legal letter within 3 weeks. So I tried to save one of the employees on a holiday. I saved an employee's life. Had to watch this guy die. I've got a young family at home.
You made me redundant.
You made me redundant. I then get a job off my own steam and back, and then you send me a legal letter. I told him, send them, got my lawyers to send a letter back and said, "See you later, have a good time." If you guys are listening to this now, come at me, man. I'm up for it. I'm in a place now where I'm happy to talk about these things proper live.
Oh, God.
That 3 months.
When you said sad story, I was not expecting that. And when you said, like, you know, the guy was, I thought you were going to say he was unconscious or whatever. I could tell it might be drugs. When you said he was dead, I was like, fuck, that's awful.
Yeah, man.
I feel bad now leading with the funnies.
I've never said that story out loud. And then I was just like, I think it's the post-Thailand time. I just reflected on loads of stuff. I was like, what's impacted my life or shaped my life? And that 3 months, 6 months was quite a tough time, actually. Cheryl was amazing for it, obviously, as she always is. But like, literally had to deal with someone dying. Seeing someone dead in front of you, one thing. Losing your job, coming back, got kids. All of it was a bit weird.
It's a lot, yeah.
Anyway, on a lighter note,
I just don't know if I can lead with the funny now. I think I might have to, because I feel like it's like not appropriate.
No, do it. I mean, listen, these things happen, right? Like,
yeah.
That's just
and
just
I think it's important. Look, if there are any of you younger billers out there going on your incentive, you can get caught up in the excitement and the craziness of everyone that's around you. Just be fucking careful, please. Like, coming from two oldie millennials here who have been there, done that, got the fucking t-shirt, and still have got the t-shirt, I can tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Be careful.
Be careful.
Be very careful. Oh, that's a good lesson to come out of that one. I'm going to lead with the other one first. I'm going to come to the other one after. Fine. So I got sent this. One of our viewers messaged me on LinkedIn and was like, "I've got some brilliant stories." I was like, "Chuck them on a WhatsApp voice note to me. I'm going to drip feed them out, but this is one of them." So I'm going to take you back in time. We're going to go back to the early... So I'm going to give this a name, Lies and Deception, okay? I'm going to take your lead on the names. So yeah, let's go back in time, early 2000s, late 90s sort of time period. And this guy was working in an IT recruitment firm based in Bristol. But they had other branches, so like London, Glasgow, like Leeds, loads of places. But he said, like, it was the Wild West of recruitment. Like, the stories I could tell you from that place, it was the Wild West, basically. I think a lot of places were back then, weren't they? So the London office, they get a phone call from a client who they had contractors out with, like multiple contractors out with. And the client said, "Oh, interesting to see you've done a rebrand. we've actually faxed back in the day. We've actually faxed you, but we didn't recognise the fax number. So just wanted to check with all the changes, you've rebranded all of that stuff, that it's come through. I think it was like timesheets stuff, so it's important, right?
Yeah.
So the person who's received this fax was under the impression that the client had not extended the contract with these people. So they're like, well, why are you trying to fax us this in the first place? This person is no longer...
The contract doesn't work there anymore.
Contract doesn't work there. And also, we haven't rebranded. So what's going on here? So they thought, this is a bit weird. So they got the client to fax over the copy of the fax they'd received. And then they were like, well, this is what is going on? So they did a bit of digging, and it became apparent that this was a new recruitment consultancy representing the contractor, said the timesheet for that contractor. And this candidate's extension had been run through their agency instead of where it should be run, which is their agency. So they're like, what the fuck is going on here? So has the candidate messed it? Sometimes it's the candidate, isn't it? They'll be like, oh, I'll tell you what, like
for an extra £10 a day, I'll go over there.
Yeah, so they're like, we need to do some digging on this.
Yeah.
Might I add, right, digging in these days is easier. We're going back to the late 90s, early 2000s. So like digging into this stuff won't be as easy, will it, right?
No.
So they're doing some investigating. It became clear from Companies House, this agency that's now representing said contractor, they looked at the directors on Companies House. One was the manager of the London contractors team.
Oh, no. Yeah.
The other was his girlfriend, who was a consultant in the London contracts team.
Oh, no.
So they're like, what the fuck is going on? They're still working in this agency.
Still working?
Yeah. They're not,
job.
They've left. It's not like they've left. They're still there. So they do more investigating. They found out that they'd done this with 10 to 20 contractors over a period of 6 to 8 weeks. So you can imagine how much money, I mean, we're going back to the 90s now. But...
Let's say even if you make 50 quid a day on your IT contractors, that's quite low, I think, for now. But let's say it's 50 quid a day, that's a grand a month. £50 is a grand a month. So if they've done with 10, that's 10 to 20 grand a month in margin. Yeah. Profit.
So they basically secretly migrated contractors to their new firm.
While still working there.
Still working there. Bit of extra cash, you know, for a rainy day. So when this was caught out, they invited this guy into a meeting with the managing director, but then all the other divisional managers, office managers in the UK were there, because it was obviously a massive thing. And they put all the allegations to him. He did fess up and then was obviously marched out of the premises, and it ends with a happy ending. All the contractors brought back in-house, all sorted within a couple of days. Everyone sailed off into the sunset. But can I just say, you have got to respect the balls
mate,
of these two people to pull a stunt like that, to be working there every day with that going on in the background. I mean, I feel like I have to take my hat off to them. It's like that girl you told us about the other week.
Honestly, the balls on these people, like...
I couldn't sleep at night.
No, I would like... How'd you come in and say good morning to everyone? How's your weekend? And you've like nicked some contractors and like... No, man, the balls on them. To still be in position. It's one thing if you know you're leaving or you're in your notice, and like I know people have done things like that,
but
right?
to have the intention of stay. Well, maybe they have the plan to leave eventually.
Yeah, that must have been.
But also, like, how did you think you weren't going to get found out? Paper trail back then was even bigger.
100%.
You've
Faxes, letters, emails.
How would they? Of course they're going to find out.
Yeah, my God, that's so good. It is so good. I
wonder if they had to give the money back. Surely they could have.
Depends on how long they've been out and how much margin they've had off of it. But if they've only just set, it depends on how long it was going on for. Because if you
they would have been paid for the initial weeks, wouldn't they?
Yeah, if it's weekly pay run, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, either way.
Thank God that client rang in.
Yeah.
Because that could have gone on.
Yeah.
For ages.
Well, and then they could have just left, and then good luck trying to chase them for the money. That would have been stuck in courts forever to try and do it. I mean, to be fair, they're pretty bang to rights. Really, but at least the process was sorted out.
Yeah, that could have gone a lot worse.
Yeah,
but I just thought that's
a good one.
Mental.
That is a good one. I like that one. The balls on some of these fraudsters, man. Recruitment fraudsters. You know, do you ever? You know, when you stay in the hotel sometimes, do you ever just randomly flick through the shitty TV channels and you end up on like, I don't know, like
Channel 5?
Yeah, or
Fraudster.
IT. Yeah. You get these mad shows. I feel like someone should pick up the Recruitment Fraudsters.
They need to.
Or so we should work with someone to write a Netflix drama series about it.
There'd be some crazy ones.